Hey Aries, welcome back. Alright guys, this is for my sexy Aries. Let's see what's going on. This is going to be a general reading. Spirit, give us a clear give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. It's for my sexy Aries out there. First card out, Five of Coins. Five of Coins, the High Priestess in reverse, Chariot in reverse, Enlightenment, okay, Six of Cups in reverse, Five of Blades, Four of Blades, Nine of Blades, and the Justice. Okay, so somebody here is definitely struggling financially, specifically financially. There's something here where your intuition is trying to talk to you. Your intuition is trying to say, "Hey, Aries, this needs to be done, that needs to be done." It does look like it's causing some kind of blockage for you, that something's coming in, okay? Something's coming in that is supposed to help you, specifically about a situation in the past, specifically about something that possibly hurt you in the past or some kind of trouble from the past. And it is causing, so it seems like something from the past is blocking your present time right now, and it's preventing you from being able to make more money. So that's something that we need to work on. Okay, so let me get the final card out and we're going to start digging deeper. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Yes, this is what is blocking you. See, the Chariot's coming out in reverse. I was not intending this to be a financial reading, but it's turning out to be a financial reading. Okay, tell me more about the... Okay, tell me more about the Chariot in reverse. So we have two Chariots in reverse. So there seems to be a lack of direction here, or just not feeling enthusiastic about the future and what is what's coming in the future. You could be experiencing some kind of like self-doubt or a lack of clarity about a situation. It could be a very toxic situation that's going on around you. It's definitely something that is causing you to have a very difficult time making a decision, or even being able to see the future, like being able to see where you are now and where you want to be. There's a clouding. There's cloud there, like you can't see very clearly. It has something to do with the Chariot in reverse. So you might be feeling like powerless in a situation, and it has something to do with your debt or with your money. It seems like you might be feeling some kind of stagnation, like you just, yeah, one of you might be feeling completely empty, just feeling like, what's the point kind of energy. What's the point of getting up, going to work? What's the point of trying? What's the point when, it's like you can never, you're like struggling, and you're just like barely making it, and you're just barely getting the basics just to survive, that kind of energy. So that there's this gloom that's around the tight, having this tight finances. I would say even desperation, desperate to get out of this energy and desperate to move on with your life. Spirit is definitely saying to focus on your strengths, and not your weaknesses. So I'm hearing somebody here is definitely going through some serious hardships, to the point where it's affecting you spiritually, it's affecting you in, physically, mentally, in every which way, which usually happens. That's something that is, even the experts talk about. So I just want you to know you're not alone. A lot of people go through this, and even the experts have said what I just said, basically, just in better terms than I can. They're more intellectual. But yeah, so there is this, I want to say desperation. For one of you, it seems like you're watching your peers or you're watching people around you and you feel like you're falling further and further behind, or you feel like you're less and less part of their world. So if these are like close friends, you're feeling like you're just not part of their world. Maybe you can't do the things you used to do, you can't go out. Something like, yeah. Hmm. Okay. You're definitely coming into this reading as somebody who's very worried. You feel like you're getting held back. Possibly worried about changes or sudden changes or something coming in that you're not prepared for. So it's like you're worried about an unexpected bill, which remember that actually happened to me when my subscriptions shot up, and all of a sudden I'm like, what? They were supposed to be like $1, and then they jumped up to like, I forgot what it was now, but like 25 or $30. And I was like, what? $30, $30? When you're thinking you're going to pay $2 and all of a sudden you're paying $70, it's like, what? You know? So you feel like you're being held back, possibly like because you're comparing yourself to other people. Okay. So this reading seems to be coming in more about your energy than anybody else's energy. But you do have the enlightenment card. So that's good because that means you're about to rise up. You're going to find the peace that you're looking for, but it's coming in. It might not be coming in as fast as you would like it to come in, but it is coming in. You're going to be getting some clarity soon. Let's find out some more information here. You might have somebody around you who you possibly have bumped into recently. This could be for one or you. Like you bumped into somebody from your past, somebody that, you just have really bad memories with. They possibly have hurt you severely. Definitely caused you some kind of mental conflict, okay? So you bumped into this person, possibly spoke to them with the Eight of Wands. Maybe you spoke to this person and it seems to be like this person triggered you. You didn't expect that. And it just, for one of you, if I feel like this just came out of the blue. You saw this person and now you're stuck in this energy and you can't get out of it. This person made you feel really bad. So it's like you might be going through this process of remembering all these bad memories from the past, which is, I'm just going to say, it sounds like a form of PTSD because depending on how severe it is. And I do feel like it is kind of on the severe side because we do have the Knight of Blades coming out, which is about nightmares. So it makes me feel like you might be having nightmares or something. Or this person might have triggered you to a more severe situation where you were traumatized. So it doesn't necessarily have to be from the person that you bumped into that you have this terrible past with. Sometimes one trigger can trigger another old trigger, a worse trigger, right? So for one of you, I am seeing here that somebody here is getting stalked. You have somebody out there, could be a past lover or it could be anybody, but you are being stalked, and that might be another thing that's going on that's triggering you. Or you have people around you that is causing you conflict. You have people around you that is causing mental conflict for you because maybe you argued with one of them. That might be one of you. Or you had some kind of, disagreement with them, and then now they're just like overreacting, which people do, right? And you might have somebody who is like, you could feel them. They're watching you, you know. This could be somebody that's really close to you. I must dig deeper, but it looks like you might have, so you have a lot of stress going on. Yes, I feel like it could be a past lover, or it could be like somebody who wanted to get romantically involved with you. Okay, and you know that this person is around you, you know that this person's talking about you. Okay, so you might have like several things going on, or you might have just one or two different things going on where you saw somebody from the past, it triggered you, and then you still have all this other stuff going on at the same time. What I'm trying to say is, if you have a lot of things going on at one time, you got to be easy on yourself, especially for you who's getting stalked. Getting stalked is one of the hardest things to go through. It's extremely mentally stressful, physically stressful. It affects you physically, especially when you don't know what that person's going to do, right? And it looks like somebody here is going through a period where you have somebody playing games with you. This person might think it's funny, but it's not funny to you. Ooh, but you're going to be getting out of this energy really soon. So you have an enemy that's around you. Somebody here has an enemy around them that is from their past. Okay, like somebody that you didn't want nothing to do with. And this person is blaming you for their world crumbling. Something about their world crumbling. And they just are blaming you. Okay. For another one of you, you might feel like your world is crumbling, because of things that are going on here. I think the stress from this situation, from being stalked, having somebody gossip about you, saying things about you, the stress of it's affecting you financially. It's really affecting you financially. It's affecting you mentally in every which way. And you know what it is? They really want to stress you out. And this is their whole point. They want to stress you out. They want to make sure that you are so stressed that you can't rise up. They're doing it on purpose. This is somebody who's doing this on purpose. They know what they're doing. For one of you, this could be a group that is doing it, up to 5 people or maybe even more. So you have one person that's attacking you, and then you have their flying monkeys, right? That kind of energy. You're definitely going to be getting and moving out of this energy. You're definitely going to be moving out of this energy. I am hearing you're dealing with a very sadistic, narcissistic a-hole. Okay? But the thing is that they're pushing you and pushing you, and eventually, you know, you see this a lot like in kids that are being raised in really rough areas. Eventually you learn. It's weird. I mean, you wouldn't expect it. Like you'll hear kids who are raised in really bad areas, right? Like here in the United States, and yet they still go to school, they go to college, they get their education, right? And there's behind them, there's people, around them, there's people who are getting poo poo, people who are getting and they're walking around to go catch the bus to go to school, and they're seeing all this crime around them. They're hearing the shots poo poo behind them, right, from their window. It's what somebody here said. Oh, I'm so surprised that you live in an area where people practice pew pew, because it came out in one of my readings. I'm so used to it. You know, I'm originally from Texas, and actually I am so used to it. Normally I would turn on a high fan or turn something up, you know, and block it out. But I was in the middle of a reading, so I couldn't do that. But somebody had mentioned that, and I just thought, I guess if you weren't around it a lot, if it wasn't something that you were around constantly, yeah, I could see it bothering you, right? But since I was little, I've been around it, you know. I grew up with people around me. By the time I think I was 4, was the first time I shot a shoot shoot. I think I was 4 or maybe 5. It was the first time they started teaching me how to do that. And I don't know how to explain it. You just you hear it all the time. You just get so used to it. I grew up in a family that hunted, so it was just a way of life. Growing up, I when I was little, I also used to skin deers. When I was like 5, 6 years old, skinning deers, we used to have to, so and so for somebody who's never done those kind of things, I guess it would be, alarming. The point what I'm trying to say is this person thinks, see, you grow a resistance, or you grow a thicker skin, or I don't know how to explain it, but you just learn how to build like a wall around you where these things don't bother you anymore. So, Aries, the good news is that's what you're going to end up doing. This sadistic narcissist that thinks that they're pulling you down, messing you up, it might have worked for a little while, but it's not going to work forever. You even see this like in areas. I've seen this like in areas where they're having a war, right? But it's not. I'm not talking about like tearing down all the buildings kind of war. I'm talking about like, okay, so for instance, Portland, Oregon, they have that little area where Antifa is taking over the streets and all that. But I guarantee you, the people that live in that area still get up, go to work, still go get groceries. Their lives continue on despite what's going on around them. And I guarantee there's some people that are living in that little area that, are going to school, getting an education, doing, their life is continuing on, even though what's going on around them. It does not mean that it's not affecting them, right? I'm saying that because for one of you, this could be a similar situation that you're in. Like, you're in an area that is like that. So maybe you have a business or something like that, and it's affecting you financially, right? And then you bump into somebody from your past, and then that person triggers you, right? Could very well be that. Could be one of your situations, right? For another one of you, you just have somebody around you that is pulling you down, making you feel bad, and they're triggering you, and they're doing it on purpose. Okay, I'm getting like for one of you, this person being a past lover, they might know that you had a rough past. Okay, like you've had some trauma from your past already, and they know that they're coming in to trigger you. They know you have these weaknesses, you know. Um, yeah, because that's how they're looking at it. Like, oh, this is Aries' weakness, so let me go in there and let me just poke. But they don't understand they're poking the bear, or maybe they do and they just don't care. You know what I mean? Because there's people like that. The point what I'm trying to say here is that you're gonna grow that thicker skin. Your enlightenment is coming in. It's like through the chaos, you're going to rise. Even though you're still surrounded by things that are going to trigger you, which I personally am going through myself. There's things around me that trigger me. And then I have to learn how to cope with these things, But yet, I still get up. I still, push myself. Yes, there is times when it really gets me down, and yes, it, of course, it's going to affect me financially. Um, so I feel like that's what is going on for, a handful of you. You're going through a similar reaction. You're going through similar situation, but maybe for different reasons. So for one of you, maybe it's not an ex-lover, maybe this is just a bully, because this person's coming out as a narcissistic bully. So it could just be a narcissistic bully in your neighborhood, who wants to like pull you down. They might not even know anything about you. It could just be they're jealous of you. And narcissists are known for being so jealous. Like seriously, if you've ever seen anybody who's really jealous, and you see them and they're jealous of this person, they're jealous of that person, guess what? 9.9999% of the time that person is a narcissist, okay? Because narcissists can never be happy for other people. They always have to. They always have to. Well, they have an inferiority complex, so and they feel like the world owes them most of the time. Um, so that's what I'm getting here. This person, whoever this person is to you, this person's doing it on purpose. Okay, I want you to know. But the thing is that you have this card right here coming out. Yes, you might be still struggling with the Nine of Swords energy, but you're still in the Four of Swords energy here. So I feel like clarity is coming in. Healing is coming in. And maybe, yes, maybe you're staying silent and staying to yourself, but you need that time to be able to do that. So you can focus on yourself. Take a break. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. I do feel like in that clarity and in that process that you're going through where you're going to start healing, that's where you're going to get your focus back. Okay? This person is trying to like put you in a state of fear because it makes them feel powerful. I feel very strongly that you're going to go from the Nine of Blades into this Eight of Coins energy into I'm sorry, Seven of Coins energy and the Hangman energy. So I mean, it makes me feel like you like I said, you're gonna become more stronger and you're gonna be more focused, and you're gonna start working on building something for yourself. Maybe working and sharpening some skills, but you're definitely like. For one of you, you might be harvesting something that you've already learned. This could be something that you're going to build on from some kind of past experience that you've gone through. And this is going to bring in this new energy, this blessing that's coming your way. And what I'm hearing is going to be something that's going to be perfect for you, specifically for you. Only you could do this because of your experiences, your skills that you're bringing to the table. I feel like you've put your work already into something. Let me see, how do I explain it? Like, for instance, maybe when you first started working, you didn't have no experience in the work field, right? But you got your first job and you started getting some skills, and then you go to your second job, you get more skills, and every time you move from one job to the other, you get specific skills, and you learn different things, right? Well, something here that you've already learned, I'm seeing that you're going to go back to, and you're going to end up learning more, but you're going to end up benefiting from the things that you've already learned, and then you're going to build upon that. And I'm hearing that it's going to bring in the money. Okay. So if you're going through a financial problems, things like that, you're going to have to, go through this period. Yes. But the clarity and the healing, it's all within you, right? You can't control what's going on around you, but you can control yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that's what is going on here, where you're going to, you can't control what other people are doing. You can't control this person and their stupid mouth over here and all the stupid things that they're saying, right? You can't control what they do, but you can control yourself, right? And I feel like that's where your power is coming in. And once you are able to pull all your power into that, and it sinks in like, okay, I can't control everybody else, but I can control me, so I could have a better future. And when you do that, that's when, boom, you're going to start harvesting. That's what I'm hearing. You're going to start harvesting from the things that you've already learned, and you're going to get a different perspective of things. You might even change things around. It's giving me this energy of like, maybe you worked at a restaurant, and when you first got there, you were a busboy, and then you became the cashier, and then you became the cook, and then you became the assistant manager, and then you see what I'm saying? So one skill led to the other, right? So once you get this different perspective about something, it's something that I'm hearing that you're going to be able to utilize into forming something new here that's going to bring a new idea to you. So let's dig into that. Okay. And it's weird because you're going to be going through all this or you are going through all this, because remember, there's no timestamp in tarot, right? So maybe for some of you, you're going through it right now. Some of you might be going to be going through this in the near future, right? So while you're doing this, guess what? While you're going to be harvesting, yeah, I love this part. And I love saying it because it happens more often than not. But while you are learning how, like, you can't control other people, so you know you're going to can only control yourself. But and while you're harvesting from all your skills, harvesting the work that you've already built upon, this person is still going to be around you. They're still going to be gossiping. They're still going to be trying to attack you. They're still going to be watching everything that you do, having you under surveillance, like there's some kind of, you know, police officer. I guess I could say that word. You know, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to be like, still acting like they're a detective or something, you know, and they're still going to be trying to trigger you and put you in a state of fear. Once you realize that and you're like, okay, this person is just trying to scare me, this person is just trying to make me nervous, this person is just trying to stress me out. And once you realize that you can go somewhere, it doesn't matter. Like if you, for instance, if you I'm not seeing that you're living with this person, but for a person here who is living with their bully, which happens, you can go in the restroom, lock the door, and surround yourself and have control over that small space. Even if it's for a little while, that small time that you can have that control of your environment will help you mentally build up, help you become stronger mentally. Okay. And that's what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and dig into this and see what is going on. Spirit, tell me more about this new idea. It's going to be for your higher good. Okay, we have the High Priestess coming out. Tell me about this new idea. I want to know more. Let's see what else came out. Something that is going to be building up. Ooh, Aries. So in the King of Wands, that's you standing your ground. We have the Six of Swords coming out in reverse. I'm gonna have to check on that one. You're definitely gonna be standing your ground. Okay, I'm hearing you're standing your ground. I love that energy for you. It's like, you know that song? Oh, walking through the fire. How's it go? You're gonna hear me roar, or something like that. Oh, what's the? I can't hear me roar. Do y'all remember that song? You're gonna hear me roar. Anyhow, um, I want to say Katy Perry sings it. I'm not sure. But anyways, that's the energy I'm getting. Like, you're going to come out with the claws. You're going to be in that energy of the lion, which I love for you. Hey, I just see it right now. One of you is going to be getting a call. So if you, oh my goodness, I just see, it just hit me right now. One of you might be getting a call, and it's going to be about you winning a legal case or something changing in a legal case for what is going to be really good for you. I'm hearing this is going to be the start of a breakthrough for you. It's going to be the start of a new process. It's going to be a brand new start of something that's going to make you really happy here. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I missed that. Yes. So for one of you, you're getting a breakthrough. You're also getting clarity. You're also going to be getting legal victory. That's what I'm hearing. So this is like legal victory. So if you're going through some kind of legal case, you're going to win. I don't know how I missed that. Okay. But anyways, I'm hearing this person can't get nothing over you. Okay, remember, go back to that song what I was talking about. It's Katy Perry. The song's name is Roar. Okay, that is definitely your song. You got to go check it out. This person is going to have to hear you roar, And it looks like you're going to rise up. Listen, I'm seeing something here where it looks like you're going to end up building something here. You're going to be using your intuition. You're going to be yes. It's like they held you down, but now you're getting back up. It's that kind of energy. They held you down. They try to like stop you. They try to make you afraid to move. They affected everything about your life. You went through a hard period, or maybe you're going through this now, right? But you're gonna rise up. You're gonna be like Katy Perry. They're gonna have to hear you roar. That kind of energy. Somebody here is a divine feminine, or you might be a divine masculine, right? Your awareness is gonna rise. I am hearing like you're gonna know, like you're just gonna know what this person is gonna be saying about you, the gossip that they're saying. What I'm hearing is you might be picking it up. Okay, what I mean is you're going to experience something supernatural. You know what I mean? Like where you're going to be sitting there and all of a sudden you're going to be hearing the conversation that this person's having with somebody. And you're going to be like, oh, that's what they're saying. Like you're going to know. And it's going to come to you. You're going to hear everything. But of course, it's not going to happen to everybody, right? Because not everybody can go through the same experiences. But that is for at least one of you. You're going to go to that. Now, I'm also hearing that you're going to turn the tables on this person. I'm hearing you're turning the tables on this person and you're going to win. I have this energy. I feel like that's why this card is coming out now. It makes sense. Like you're going to be going back and you're going to turn the tables on that person and you're going to be sitting in your energy. You're going to be, making things happen for yourself. I love this reading. At first, I was like, oh, this is terrible. No, this is good. This is you rising up. That's what this is out. This is what this reading is about. It's about you going through the challenges and going through the trauma and going through, being triggered by this person and having this person, basically disrupt your life completely to you taking back control and seeing clearly, and turning the tables on this person, coming back even stronger than you ever were before. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like you're going to be very inspired. And I think that's where the money is going to be coming in because I do feel like you're going to be making some money there. So you are coming out of that energy of being in debt or, having problems financially to winning, being comfortable because that's what this is. This is being comfortable. This is, having your needs met and being able to harvest off of work that you've already done, right? Like I said, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like stocks and you're getting dividends. No, but this is more like, your skills and you profiting off of those skills, things that you've already learned. You see what I'm saying? So I love this for you. This is where you're going to be stepping into your power. Um, and I feel like this person is going to be so shocked. I want to see what's at the bottom of the deck because look at that. A new passionate beginning coming in. I love this energy for you. Yes. It's out with the old. So I'm hearing like you're going to reinvent yourself. Okay? Your old self is going to die. Like this person is only helping to, I can't say that word, Kill, your old self. Like this person, they're doing you a favor. Basically, Aries. That's what I'm trying to say. Without, yes, it's terrible that you had to go through this. Yes, it's a horrible process, but this is what is so good about this situation is that this person thinks that they're gonna crush you and you're just never gonna get up. No, they're making you stronger. They think that they're gonna kill you, not physically, but emotionally, right? Mentally, right? Like they're gonna crush you, make you have some kind of mental breakdown, right? But instead, you're coming back stronger and you're going to turn the tables on this person and you're going back. It's like, oh, this person did this to me. Okay, now you're going to hear me, like Katy Perry said, you're going to hear me roar. That's your energy. You're going to go back and you're going to turn the tables on this person and you're going to be in this energy. Okay? You're going to be so excited to be in this energy. This is where you're like stepping in your power. That's what I'm hearing. And your confidence is going to be so high. You're going to be making some really bold moves. That's what I'm hearing. You're going to be making some really bold moves. And I feel like, yeah, this is a new beginning. It's a new you. You're not, the old Aries is gone. It will be gone if it's not there yet. But the old Aries is gone. This person is not going to be able to affect you anymore. And I'm hearing you're going to start a new project, and that's where you're going to make the money. Okay? Because the skills that you already have or the skills that you're learning now is going to end up helping you in the future. And in this new project, I'm also hearing that you're going to be, it's a part of you. This new project is going to be something that you're passionate about. Okay? It's going to be something, it's going to be something that you're going to be very excited about. For one of you, I'm hearing you're going to be having an epiphany about something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to split the cards. You're going to have an epiphany about the Nine of Wands. It has something to do about the Nine of Wands. So it could be about your past experiences. You know, you've been through a really rough time. So that's what it is, an epiphany. You know, you're going to be showing resilience because this card also indicates resilience, perseverance, determination, you know, courage. When I see this card, that's what I'm seeing. So, yeah, that's what you're going to have. So, you're going to rise up just like Katy Perry did, you know. That's what I have. What else? Am I missing anything here? No, that's what I have for you, Aries. You're coming out of this situation. So, if you're still in the middle of this, okay, do like I said, just go in the restroom or wherever safe place that you can go in your home or whatever, and that's where you can control. But you can control yourself. You just can't control this idiot. You know what I mean? This idiot is not doing anything for themselves. Think about it. This idiot is not doing anything for themselves. They're not building anything for themselves. Why? Because they're so busy watching you. Because they definitely have you under surveillance, okay? Like they're watching every little thing that you do, right? They're so busy into you. This person's not doing anything for themselves, but you will be. You're going to rise up. And this person's going to still be watching you rise. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. They're going to watch you rise. They're going to watch you have this new beginning, and it's going to be awesome. That's what I'm hearing. A breakthrough, a huge breakthrough, and you turning the tables on this person. Woo! And getting legal victory. For one of you, this is definitely legal victory. So you might be receiving a call or you might be receiving some kind of message about that. That is awesome. And this idiot is going to be watching you the whole time. Anyways, Aries, thank you for joining me. Catch me in the next one. And congratulations. You're going to make it through this craziness. And you're going to rise. Y'all take care. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. Bye-bye.